Alright people, new phone, the Samsung Galaxy Nexus. It is a 4.65 inch screen. It's running Android 4.0 ice cream sandwich. It's a very fast phone. It's a Ti OMAP processor, which I can say I heavily underestimated initially. The third phone in the Nexus family, which is the Google phones with the pure Google experience, meaning it doesn't have a launcher on it. It's just pure Google or pure Android. There's nothing on it to augment the experience, like how you would have TouchWiz or Motor Blur. So I'm going to turn the brightness up. As you can see, as well I've noticed, ice cream sandwich is basically honeycomb for phones, as you will notice in the task launcher. Phone is very long, so it's very hard to get into the entire shot. It's a sizable phone, but it isn't ginormous. It's not as big as the Note, which was my other choice for phone. Compared to the Nexus, I was to get either the Nexus or the Note, but I managed to go with the Nexus. Now, what else can I say about the Galaxy Nexus? Feels great. It's actually in the case right now. It's supposed to be lighter and slimmer than the iPhone. I'm gonna take it out. It feels and looks great. I've seen pictures of it online all the time, and it tends to look like very brown and steel, and I always figured it would feel very plasticky and cheap. Compared to the Galaxy S2, which is one of my favorite phones out there, it makes the Galaxy S2 feel rather cheap and flimsy. The build quality is very solid, despite having this very plasticky back cover. It feels very solid, and that's the only part of it that feels very flimsy. Aside from that, the phone is nice. The screen itself is one of the best features of it. It has a higher pixel density. Oh, right, this is the face unlock feature. As you see, it unlocks with my face. It took a while there because I just woke up and I'm wearing headphones. But it usually locks onto your face very quickly. It's quicker than putting in a pin or using the code to unlock. What I was saying is the screen, as you can see, is very sharp, very crisp. It's a 720p screen, and that's the native resolution for the phone. And it also has a higher pixel density than the beloved retina display that Apple has coined. So the screen is very bright and very vivid, very sharp. The HD images look like HD on it. Videos look like HD videos on it. So even photos as well tend to shine here. There's no lack of beauty on this screen. And just about anything you run or watch is gonna look awesome. This is a HD wallpaper here. They're showing it in thumbnail size. So yeah, as you can see, it's very nice to look at. Daylight viewing or daytime viewing on this thing is very good. The pinch to zoom is very, very fast. Very fast. Right? The native browser is pretty cool. I would show you that, but considering that Chrome is going to be coming out soon, I'm going to show you that, and also it's in beta. A lot of people that are not an ice cream sandwich can't use it. So let's go into my tag, which I don't want to do. So I'm going to send it to Google Flat, and we're going to whip open my blog, which is stevefung.net. Alright, so let's go stevefung.net. Click that, and bam, almost instantly it loads up. So this is my blog. You guys can submit your questions and I would answer them with a full article format, in terms of if you ask me what is the best smartphone to get, I will type out a comprehensive article, also give you some options. But this guy was asking which tablet kind of tablet he would recommend for business. I basically did a bit type out talking about the Iconia and the Samsung Galaxy Tab, and then I finished with showing him the one I would recommend along with some specs of the Transformer Prime. Aside from that, the browser is pretty cool. I'm not booting up my PC, so I can't show you all of the cool features. I'm going to open a few tabs here. I'm going to go back to stevefung.net. I'm going to open a new tab. This is the tab launcher interface. You're gonna go to, this is something else I want to show you. These are the tabs that are open on my PC or were open last. So I'm gonna go to the Xperia Sony website. I'm gonna go back to tabs. Let's see. I'm going to new tab. Let's see. I'm gonna open Supernatural Online. Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Has the standard features as usual. Slide down bar. I'm gonna actually load a flash video here. Let's use Putlocker. Putlocker works very nicely. So that's a little countdown. Putlocker doesn't have any limits on it, but it's pretty good for watching videos if you're trying to find a source since Mega Video was so violently shut down. So streaming online video, this is something I would always talk about. Oh, there's no flash in the Chrome browser, so it isn't that was unfortunate. I would have to use the stock Android browser to do that, which does support flash. Very unfortunate I can't show you that. But the tab interface is like this. You slide up and down between the tabs. It's very cool, very fluid. If you are on a web page, you can swipe left. I always do this wrong. There you go. From side to side, bevel to bevel, you swipe left and right to switch between pages, which is very good for multitasking on the web browser. So you could switch between your pages or switch between your tabs simply by swiping from bevel to bevel. It's very cool. I'm gonna load up heavy website, probably Engadget. So this isn't the stock browser that comes with Android, which is why it doesn't support Flash. And it is in beta. I expect that Chrome will support Flash when it's done. And even though they said they're supporting Flash, they still recently brought out an update, so they're still working on it. Despite, I'm going to switch the website to the desktop version, just so you get an idea of how it loads and how it's running. I am running on my Wi-Fi. This is Lines. It's a 1.5 megs, so it's nothing bleh. The device does support 4G via HDSPA. This is not the LTE model, and we do not have LTE here in Barbados. So yeah, you can see it. It is loading in all the elements of the page. So pinch to zoom is very buttery smooth, as you can see. A bit of a jitter there. Not affecting pinch to zoom, actually scrolling. So this is the Chrome browser, which is still in beta, which is very nice despite whatever minor bugs you may come across. Alright, so the other thing I wanted to show you was the gaming performance. Now, since this being a TI OMAP processor, I wasn't expecting very much from the gaming performance. And TI Texas Instruments, they make calculators, versus a NVIDIA phone I last had who makes graphics cards for gaming. So I was expecting to get not as good performance as I got on the Tegra 2 device, on the TI OMAP device, and I was very pleasantly surprised that was not the case. The performance is actually better, frame rate and what's not. So I was very impressed. So this is a Shine Runner, one of my favorite games, despite the game type. It's not really about racing, it's about getting money and smuggling. You buy stuff from dock to dock and then you try to sell it off at the other port, and you go up 10 runs and you try to make the most money after 10 runs. All of the environments are destructible. As you can see me ramming through everything here. Even in the tunnels you can let the pillars that are supporting the caves. It's really cool. So you run back and forth between about 6 or 7 different docks, and you buy and sell smuggled items, the most expensive of them being the moonshine. Yeah, it's a pretty interesting game. And yeah, that was just a quick run there. So the task manager, it comes both in landscape and in then you press the button here that I don't even want to call it. It's just call it task switcher button. It's just like in Honeycomb. But how you close tasks that are open, they added finally a built-in task manager. You swipe. You can swipe it away either left or right, and it ceases to run. So that's how you end tasks. or you quickly switch between tasks on your screen sandwich device. Now, another thing to notice is that there are no front buttons on this device. They're actually all part of the screen. So there's no physical buttons or capacitive buttons. They're all on the screen itself. I'll show you another game if I could get one loaded quickly. The camera is pretty awesome, especially for the panoramic photos. Recording video, you got a nice time-lapse feature. I use all my business apps. Folders is another addition to the screen sandwich. Well, comprehensive folders. They're always folders in Android, but they simplify the way they work, much similar to how the folders in the Apple iOS works. But games run very nicely. The device is very fast. I'm very pleased with the purchase. I'm going to give you a profile look on outside because it's a very sexy device. There are no micro SD cards slot. There's no USB slot. There's no HDMI slot, which is a bit of a downer for me. Aside from that, it's a pretty good experience. I guess when Google built this phone, they had something in mind. And this is something I usually credit on the iPhone for a lack of ports. I don't have any ports and still a bit displeased, but it's interesting to see how the experience works out for me. So yeah, this is just a quick look at my Samsung Galaxy Nexus. Hope this gives you some insight on the device. I would honestly say, as a lot of reviewers would have said, this is the best phone as a complete device I would have held in terms of the available technology, the look and feel, operating system, size, slimness, everything. It's awesome. So yeah, Fung, Galaxy Nexus. I'm out.